I am pleased to convene the 79th annual commencement exercises of the College of St. Benedict. It is a delight to welcome all of you, parents, spouses, relatives, and friends of this year's graduates. May I introduce to you first the honored guests of the platform party. Susan Mundale, Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will greet the graduates after they have received their diplomas. Sister Mary Reuter, Prioress of the Benedictine Women who sponsor the college. Joseph Friedrich, Vice President of Academic Affairs here and at St. John's. Barbara Carlson, Vice President of Institutional Advancement, who will welcome our new graduates to membership in the Alumni Association. Dr. Rita Kniesel, Dean of the College of St. Benedict, and the Senator from Nassau, Bahamas, the Honorable Dame Ivy Dumont, today's commencement speaker, whom Joseph Friedrich will introduce to you in a few moments. But most of all, I want to welcome you, the honored graduates of the class of 1995. Many things have changed since the early decades of the College of St. Benedict. It's important, I believe, for all of us on occasions like this to be in touch with the long tradition of women graduates who went before us. Some things in that tradition have not changed very much. Graduation day has always been the high point of the year. Recently, I unearthed a letter which had been carefully preserved in the archives for 80 years. The letter tells of Mary Knupp's excitement before graduation day in 1915. This is what Mary wrote to her mother. Compare it to what you've been writing. My own dear precious mother, I received the hat you sent me last night, and you should have seen the girls. They all wanted to see it right away. They think it the sweetest and stylishest hat ever. As far as hats are concerned, I like it very much too, but how I wish I didn't have to wear one. They feel so horrid on my head. Sister Dominica told us Friday that we have to have long white silk gloves and black slippers and stockings for graduation. She said the neck, presumably of the gown, must be high, up to the collarbone, and the sleeves must be long enough so that our elbows will not peek between our sleeves and our gloves. I prefer my sleeves long, really, clear down to the wrist, or else I shall have to wear sleevelets when I give my recital before graduation. Sister Dominica doesn't care what material our dress is made of, but it positively must not be too fussy or too rich in appearance. In the same letter, Mary described a wondrous adventure. The week before graduation, she writes, right after dinner, 9 of us collegiates started out for a long walk west of St. Joseph. Sister Jeanette was with us. We kept walking and walking, talking and hollering, singing and laughing, and saying our college yells all the way. We didn't realize how far we had gone till we suddenly rounded the curve in the road and came upon St. John's University. Oh, but we were surprised. Oh, yes, we were. We met a large bunch of college boys, and of course we had to banter one another. Well, while the dress code and the banter with Johnnies has altered a bit, the sense of excitement about the future and the sense of self-confidence in approaching that future and the sense of gratitude to Alma Mater unites you, today's graduates, with the women of those early decades. So for your growth and your accomplishments, the faculty and administration salute you today. So now, after Sister Mary Catherine Hollicky, the Director of Campus Ministry, leads us in prayer, I am asking Joseph Friedrich to conduct today's commencement exercises.
us quiet ourselves and let us pray. This day of commencement is holy time in which we, O God, become aware of all that has brought us to this day. We remember the surprise of new relationships, the insights awakened, the mentoring of the Benedictine heritage, and recognize in them your fidelity, which nurtures and expands our heart to be in relationship with you and all that you place before us. We are grateful that you, O God, have brought us to this day. We are confident that you are present to us here and now, and will continue to draw us to yourself, source of all wisdom. May what we celebrate today be to your glory and praise. Amen.
The Senator Honorable Dame Ivy Dumont, Minister of Health and Education and government leader in the Senate, is one of 3 women in the cabinet of the Free National Movement government. Dr. Dumont was born on October 2, 1930, at Roses, Long Island, the Bahamas, and received her early education at Roses and Buckley's, Long Island. She attended the Teachers Training College from 1950 to 51, the University of Miami from 1968 to 1970, and Nova University from 1976 to 1978. In 1970, she received a bachelor's degree in education. She later pursued a master's degree in public administration and continued in doctorate studies in the same field, where she earned her doctorate in 1978. Dr. Dumont became Secretary General of the Free National Movement in 1990. She was appointed to the Senate and sworn in as Minister of Health and Environment on August 24, 1992, following the Free National Movement's victory in the August 19, 1992 general elections. Dr. Dumont became Minister of Education and Training in January 1995. Dr. Dumont was Director of Education in the Ministry of Education at the time that we developed the program in the Bahamas. Dr. Dumont and Ms. Telzina Cockley were highly instrumental in developing a program that facilitated completion of the BA degree for teachers in elementary education. She is a member and Sunday school teacher at Emmanuel Gospel Chapel, President of the United Sisters Fellowship of the Assembly of Brethren in the Bahamas, and Vice President for Outreach and Training of Women's Aglow Fellowship International. She is married to Reginald Dean Dumont, a retired police inspector and prices control inspector. They have 2 children and 3 grandchildren. In January 1995, Queen Elizabeth II awarded Minister Dumont the title of Dame of the Order of St. Michael and St. Gregory in recognition of her service to education, the community, and the government of the Bahamian nation. Please welcome Dr. Dumont.
Thank you very much. President Coleman O'Connell, distinguished faculty and staff, excited graduates, proud parents and friends, ladies and gentlemen, this is for me a unique and ennobling experience. The College of St. Benedict and St. John's University have been known to us in the Bahamas for many years. As early as 1927, the late Sir Etienne Dupuch, owner and editor of our major daily newspaper, entered St. John's, to be joined in that year by 3 other Bahamians, and to be followed over the years by many more of our young men. It was in early 1950s that Helen Baker became the first Bahamian woman to earn a degree at the College of St. Benedict. Many other religious students followed, including Sister Mary Benedict Pratt, who was graduated in 1967, and who now holds the position of Superintendent of Catholic Schools in the Bahamas. It is safe to say that both institutions occupy very important places in the hearts and lives of a number of my country's leaders. More recently, over the past 23 years or so, the Bahamas has been privileged to have established a very close relationship with the College of St. Benedict. A Bahamas-based program catering initially to teachers who wished to earn bachelor's degrees, but who were not able to relocate overseas for 2 or more years, was established in 1973. During the ensuing years, more than 400 persons have earned degrees awarded by St. Benedict and by St. John's, which has facilitated our male students. We are very proud of the program and have been blessed by the wonderful relationships between and among students, faculty, and administration. On behalf of the government of the Bahamas, I wish to take this opportunity to salute St. Ben's for its outstanding outreach to our small country, and to say thank you, St. Ben's, for your Christian commitment to our part of the world. And I would also like, on behalf of the government, to present to Madam President a brilliant uncirculated collection of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas coinage as a token on this occasion. President. I had the honor to have been invited to serve as a founding member of the board which facilitated the implementation of the St. Ben's Extension Program in the Bahamas. Little did I dream that subsequent events would open such a prestigious door through which I would be afforded the privilege to address these commencement exercises and to personally congratulate you, the 1995 graduates, on your academic achievements to date. Congratulations to all of you. Perhaps, like me, some of you have been intrigued by events which, in themselves, appear to be quite ordinary experiences, yet, in their extensions over time, impact so significantly upon one's life. Explanations abound. Recently, for example, I read James Redfield's book, The Celestine Prophecy. While the storyline, in my view, calls for more faith than I and most other normal people are able to evoke, the concept that in each of our lives occur mysterious coincidences, sudden, synchronistic events that, once interpreted, lead us into our true destiny, can hardly be disregarded. Yet, throughout the years spent in pursuit of diplomas and degrees, we have been taught that a fundamental for success in our various fields of endeavor is, in fact, to earn academic and professional certification. Those trained in supervision and management are taught to plan, program, budget, implement, monitor, and evaluate. How then should one accommodate unplanned events, even coincidences? What import do they hold for our professional and personal success? In the 1920s, shortly after World War I, a Catholic priest, Father Chrysostom Schreiner, was sent to the Bahamas to establish churches in the islands. He was affectionately known as the Apostle to the Bahamas. And it was he who began to open the door for many young men to pursue higher education, for at that time there were no high schools, not to mention colleges, in our fishing village British colony. 50 years later, in the 1970s, a former Catholic nun, Miss Telsina Coakley, herself a Bahamian, opened wide the gates of higher education by making it attainable in the Bahamas for both men and women whose circumstances had prevented them from attending degree-granting institutions on a full-time basis. Unplanned events, coincidences, divine appointments. During the 1970s and 80s, I worked as the human resources manager in a large international offshore trust company. The nature of the work and the unavailability in the Bahamas of adequate numbers of qualified personnel dictated the need for a structured in-house training program. It was truly amazing how many new college graduates considered themselves fully prepared to serve as manager of, for example, highly specialized areas such as the trading department or the personal trust department. A large number felt confident of their ability to advise major investment clients, and without exception, they were eager to undertake travel on company business. Yet to be understood by those young graduates was the difference between academic studies and specialist training. I'm sure that had they been graduates of the College of St. Benedict, they would have known that training is essential to develop specific marketable skills, that positive attitudes are vital for success in the workplace, that experiences are cumulative, whether they be planned or coincidental. Today, as new graduates, you would be fully aware of the value to one's self of those components which cohere to create a truly educated individual, namely schooling, training, attitudes, and experience. And you would be fully cognizant that there have been several gatekeepers in your lives. Except that in this country, we're open to all of you. Divine interventions of the sort mentioned earlier may easily pass unnoticed. I trust, however, that you may never become so educated that you grow insensitive to the spiritual dimension that sets people apart from the other animals of the earth. It occurs to me that among the many differences between the developed and developing countries of the world is a sensitivity or lack thereof to the needs and desires of others and to the potential which countries have for attaining important and necessary goals. For example, Benazir Bhutto, Prime Minister of Pakistan, was quoted by World Statesman in its spring 1995 edition as having said, and I quote, "Our people have intense yearnings to build up a dynamic and fast-moving economy, strong democratic institutions, and a society free from all exploitation, injustices, and discriminations. They want to see themselves as prosperous, developed, with self-pride and dignity." And in the same journal, Maurice Strong, chairman of both Ontario Hydro and the United Nations Earth Council, wrote, and I quote, "A series of paradoxes is developing which will soon confront our societies with some very painful tensions and challenges. While efficient and competitive economies produce more gross national product, the benefits will accrue disproportionately to the minority which have capital and knowledge to deploy. Thus, the gaps between rich and poor, privileged and underprivileged, are bound to grow, both within and amongst societies. This," he said, "will inevitably lead to greater social tensions and potential for conflict." These comments by two world leaders are samples only of pronouncements being made on a daily basis by similar others. Calls for international environmental legislation, calls for new scientific and medical research, calls for tax and welfare reform can be heard from every point of the globe. The cacophony of such calls is today overridden only by international, national, and local calls for peace. And interestingly, it is to the calls for peace that everyone can respond. For peace is not a physical, nor a mental, nor an emotional concept. Peace, like love, joy, and patience, is a spiritual concept, implementable by anyone willing to operate in a spiritual dimension, allowing her life to be an outreach of service, opening gates through which others may proceed to levels of attainment otherwise closed to them. In a little while, as at commencement exercises everywhere, we shall witness the laughter and tears of relief, of joy, and of pride. As students, you would have attained the objective to which you have committed your time and effort, and your parents' money, for several years. Until now, many, if not most, have been shielded by the knowledge and assurance that mom or dad or both separately would answer her calls for emotional and financial aid as and when those needs were communicated. Others, like I was, may be blessed with a spouse who acted in loco parentis throughout the study period. Whatever the arrangement, let us now say a heartfelt thank you to them, for they have truly been our personal gatekeepers. But what of the future? This September, nearing its 21st birthday, our local community college will become a 4-year degree-granting institution. It will continue to cater primarily to high school graduates and will initially offer 5 or 6 major programs. Students will still come to St. Ben's. This September, church-operated primary and secondary schools in the Bahamas will receive from government additional grant and aid amounting to approximately 50% of the salaries of their trained teachers. This September, there will be greater emphasis placed on technical and vocational education in our high schools, as well as a differentiation among offerings as local island situations warrant, and will range from agriculture and fishing to scuba diving. These changes in emphasis have wide-ranging implications for us in the Bahamas and for our educational partners from across the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, and the West Indies. In my view, there will continue to be opportunities for cooperation and collaboration, and I am confident the appropriate gatekeepers will emerge to facilitate the further development of our people. But who will be those gatekeepers? One may be a priest, like Father Chrysostom, to whom reference was made earlier. Because he recognized the giftedness of a young ex-soldier whose life experience and attitudes made him an excellent candidate for formal schooling at St. John's, the old priest was privileged to derive great fulfillment from mentoring one of the most able and longest-serving newspaper editors in the Western world. Another gatekeeper may be a nun who will open her heart to special children whose need for loving guidance and direction may otherwise remain unfulfilled. Yet another may, like my friend Telsina Coakley, to whom reference was made, conceive a plan for furthering the education of adults, a plan which has produced dividends beyond all expectations. And yes, I have a conviction that there is at least one gatekeeper, maybe more, whose appointment will be to create safe places for children, especially teenagers, who require to be loved and taught and nurtured, who, for whatever reason, demand special consideration. Such persons may well be in this audience and may already know that they will serve. For the cries of such children pierce the days and nights of all nations, developing and developed alike. There was a time that I would have raised a plea for such services to my own country. Experiences, planned and unplanned over a lifetime, and an abiding faith in the infinite goodness and wisdom of God have persuaded me, however, that whatever is done for the least among us anywhere in the world is done for all of us. Be it Pakistan or Peru, Miami or Minneapolis, people need people. It is therefore in the confidence that your formal preparation here at the College of St. Benedict is of superior quality, in the assurance that your further experiential and spiritual development will fit you for service, and in the knowledge of the world's need of those services, that I assume the authority which has been vested in me as the speaker at these commencement exercises, and I hereby appoint each member of the class of 1995 to serve from this day forward in the capacity of a gatekeeper. May I again offer you my congratulations and best wishes, and God bless you.
Liz Morris is from Glenwood, Minnesota. She has a double major in communications and English. During Liz's 4 years at the College of St. Benedict, She has been involved in several different activities on campus. She was co-editor of the Independent, St. Ben's official student newspaper, this past fall. She was the head coach of the St. John's University Prep School's speech team and participated in the jazz ensemble, wind ensemble, and saxophone quartet. Liz has been on the Dean's List each semester since January 1992. She received the 1994 Chamber of Commerce College and Universities Award. This award focuses on students with a GPA average of 3.5 or above and recognizes students' community involvement, evidence of leadership, and service in campus activities. This spring, Liz has been involved with her internship at Advantage Marketing in St. Cloud. Please join me in welcoming Liz.
Faculty, staff, administration, honored guests, family, friends, and the class of 1995. You're never going to believe this. I'm really embarrassed, but the computer ate my speech, and so I'm wondering if I can have an extension. But you know, the great thing about extensions is that they give you more time. And for the past few weeks, I've been wanting an extension for a variety of reasons. I could use more time to visit with friends that I've neglected, to eat with the nuns in the convent dining room, to walk out to the chapel at St. John's just one more time, and to clean the living room that hasn't been cleaned for about 3 weeks. I guess what it really boils down to is that if I had more time, then I can delay what comes next. Leaving here. But if I got an extension, that would defeat a purpose, a long-awaited purpose that has brought us together today, graduation. This is not a time of I should haves and I could haves. This is not a time of regret about what we haven't done. This is a time to celebrate what we have gained by attending the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University. So let's talk about a different sort of extension. How about pathways? Please picture for just a moment the pathways, the interlocking bricks which connect the buildings on this campus. Remember with me how the pathways transported us to new ways of believing, behaving, and thinking. Follow the path to the Sacred Heart Chapel, where we gather together as a community to pray, to sing, and to watch Father Kevin dribble basketballs on the altar as part of his homily. And who would forget the time he called God on the phone to ask a couple of questions? Just a short walk from the chapel sits the first-year dorms, and beyond them, still connected by the path, our West and East apartments, Margaretta Hall and Lottie Hall. We learned so much in our homes away from home. Heart-to-heart talks with roommates helped us decide whether we would go to graduate school, get married, drop a class, take a job out of state, or date that wicked cute guy that we met out last week. We dried our tears with toilet paper because we couldn't afford Kleenex. And most importantly, we learned the true value of friendship, cooperation, negotiation, and cleaning schedules. Don't forget to stop by the Henrietta Academic Building or the HAB. Remember the classes, the professors, the guest speakers who taught us the finer points of modern languages, English, math, education, and psychology. We discussed there asked questions there, took tests there, and for some of us, we slept through class there. Follow the pathways in your mind as they bring you to Clemens Library, the Ardolph Science Center, the Loft, Claire Lynch Hall, and here, the Benedict Art Center. Remember how your experiences there changed your mind, body, and soul. Now watch the pathways extend beyond this campus. What we used to call the Benny Bus is now the Link, but that doesn't matter. That bus transported us to St. John's, and it was there that we made more friends, learned more things, ate more food at the refectory, and enjoyed Lake Sagatan. The pathways push beyond the boundaries of our two campuses. We studied abroad. We went to the Twin Cities and out of state for internships, volunteer opportunities, and student teaching positions. We even drove to St. Cloud to catch a movie once in a while. But still, we learned, and the pathways of St. Ben's provided our base. So now what? Are we ready for the real world? Is it, as REM says, the end of the world as we know it? In some ways, of course it is. No longer will we come home to Gary's Pizza, an apartment full of roommates, and a 7-page paper due the next day. Nor will we operate on an odd and even day schedule, thank goodness. Rarely will we be able to take a nap between our 11:20 and 2:40 classes. We have fun here. We are safe here. We are nurtured and guided here. Some people say that we live in an ideal world at St. Ben's. So of course, we must be headed to the real world, right? It's a place that demands at least 8 hours of work a day. This new world requires money for survival, not just for a night on the town in St. Joe. This place is full of adults who do adult things at an adult time of day. The real world, the real world is full of crime, hate, time schedules, bombings, and bills. As crazy as it may seem, I do not believe that there is such a great difference between these two worlds. Why? The answers lie in the pathways, which have taught us the value of knowledge, art, prayer, science, and athletics. The answers lie in the interlocking bricks, which illustrate the value of community, friendship, and hard work. As graduates, we have the ability to stretch and to extend the things we have learned at St. Ben's to apply to the next chapter of our lives. The next phase will be different in terms of environment, friendships, career, and money, but it won't necessarily be any more real than what we have experienced here. You know, I've been thinking about it. I'll pass on the extension. And I hope that you do too. It is time for us to go. Know that we can make a difference by showing others what we have learned here belongs in this so-called real world. By doing what we like best and doing it well, we build community, like the community at St. Ben's. We teach others the knowledge we have gained here, and we demonstrate the values of friendship, cooperation, and generosity. We create the passage not to the real world, but to a world that deserves our influence. Thank you so much for this honor, and I am so proud to be a part of this class, and good luck to all of you.
Today's program lists 330 candidates for the baccalaureate degree. The College of St. Benedict is happy to recognize these degree candidates. It is understood that the appropriate degrees are earned by the candidates who successfully complete all requirements for that degree by the end of the scholastic year. No extension, I guess. Will the candidates for the degrees please rise? Sister Coleman O'Connell, President of the College of St. Benedict, these students are now presented to you for conferral of the appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon those candidates whose names appear in the commencement program the appropriate Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees indicated, with all the attendant rights and privileges of which the degrees to be given to them shall be forever the testimony.
Now I have asked Dr. Rita Kniesel, Dean of the College, to read the names of our candidates for degrees.
May I ask the audience to please withhold your applause until all candidates have received their degrees. Thank you. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with honors: Julie Ann Athman, egregia cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Liberal Studies, Sauk Rapids. Michelle Rose Hours, magna cum laude, Economics, Graston. Marie Janelle Axtman, magna cum laude, all college honors, Biology and English, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Morris. Kimberly Ann Berry, magna cum laude, Elementary Education, Owatonna. Cynthia Marie Blissenbach, cum laude, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Teresa Beth Boziger, magna cum laude, Theater, Minneapolis. Jennifer Rebecca Breesy, cum laude, Theater, Moorhead. Stephanie Joy Brown, cum laude, Math, Swanville. Sarah Jo Burnett, magna cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Spanish and Communication, New Ulm. Catherine Jean Beidelek, magna cum laude, Biology, Duluth. Stephanie Lucille Campo, cum laude, Theater and History, Cold Spring. Sharon Carter, magna cum laude, History, St. Cloud. Jennifer Marie Combs, magna cum laude, Distinction in Psychology, St. Louis Park. Joan Marie Conway, cum laude, Math, Waseca. Christy Beth D., cum laude, Psychology, Minneapolis. Michelle Catherine Ann Dilley, magna cum laude, all college honors, Distinction in Art, St. Joseph. Doris Marie Dockendorf, magna cum laude, Elementary Education, Cold Spring. Deborah Alixa Doom, cum laude, all college honors, Distinction in English, St. Cloud. Jennifer Marie Ekman, magna cum laude, all college honors, Distinction in Biology, Natural Science, and Math, Minneapolis. Carrie Jean Fenna, magna cum laude, all college honors, Distinction in Natural Science, Champlin. Sarah Ellen Folks, magna cum laude, Social Work, St. Louis Park. Joy Janet Frisch, magna cum laude, Liberal Studies, Browerville. Jill Marie Funk, magna cum laude, all college honors, Distinction in Chemistry, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Maple Grove. Connie Jo Gerrards, summa cum laude, Natural Science and Math, Albany. Dawn Marie Rose Gillis, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, elementary education in Spanish, Greenfield, Wisconsin. Jeanette Helen Greenus, magna cum laude, distinction in philosophy, Watkins. Julie Lynn Gunderson, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in English, Delta Epsilon Sigma, Virginia. Heidi Ray Holverson, cum laude, accounting, Paw Paw, Michigan. Nicole Marie Hekomovich, magna cum laude, biology, Brit. Sheila Margaret Hicks, cum laude, psychology, Stillwater. Deborah Rose Hoffman, cum laude, social work, Edina. Jill Ann Holbrook, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in English, Delta Epsilon Sigma, chemistry in English, Onemia. Janelle Marine Hubley, cum laude, social work, Jeffers. Tina Marie Campa, cum laude, liberal studies, St. Cloud. Joanne Louise Canis, magna cum laude, math, Bovey. Michelle Catherine Kiki, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in biology, Sauk Rapids. Anne Marie Cohorst, cum laude, math, computer science, Albany. Megan Catherine Kuznick, magna cum laude, elementary education, Burnsville. Molly Jean Lan, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in liberal studies, Bloomington. Elizabeth Ann Lindstrom, magna cum laude, elementary education and German, Wilmer. Elizabeth Ann Linton, cum laude, English, Prosser, Washington. Jacqueline Longley, cum laude, management, Nassau, Bahamas. Monica Beth Lowe, cum laude, government, Seattle, Washington. Carol May Maleka, magna cum laude, elementary education, Montgomery. Angela Joy Martinek, cum laude, music, Glenwood. Megan Roseanne McKeon, magna cum laude, biology, Cold Spring. Jean Marie Megelko, cum laude, all college honors, distinction in biology, Hamel. Sarah Louise Mikas, cum laude, biology, Onemia. Melissa Jean Morenweiser, magna cum laude, biology, Eden Prairie. Elizabeth Eileen Morris, summa cum laude, English and communication, Glenwood. Chao Nguyen, cum laude, liberal studies, Duluth. Kathleen Marie Noonan, summa cum laude, all college honors, Delta Epsilon Sigma, distinction in English, St. Cloud. Laura Ann Offerdahl, summa cum laude, liberal studies, Beresford, South Dakota. Marcia Marie Penkert, cum laude, management, Lake Crystal. Terry Lynn Perizzo, summa cum laude, elementary education, Roseville. Michelle Lynn Persons, cum laude, all college honors, distinction in math, Spanish and math, Northfield. Beth Ann Pettit, distinction in biology, all college honors, natural science, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Jennifer K. Polakowski, cum laude, management, Rochester. Brenda Marie Reland, summa cum laude, all college honors, distinction in biology, natural science, Fridley. Carolyn Roberts, cum laude, management, Nassau, Bahamas. Jessica Ann Rooney, cum laude, sociology, Bruton. Rebecca Genevieve Schmidt, cum laude, elementary education, Sauk Rapids. Jennifer Jean Schulte, summa cum laude, natural science, Republic of Panama. Molly Schwalbach, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, liberal studies, River Falls, Wisconsin. Heidi Ann Skunberg, cum laude, all college honors, distinction in biology, natural science, Madumidai. Tara Leah Solman, magna cum laude, all college honors, distinction in management, Ray. Michelle Louise Specht, cum laude, individualized major, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Julie Therese Sweetman, magna cum laude, government, Omaha, Nebraska. Teresa Ann Teklica, magna cum laude, history, Mountain Iron. Elizabeth Marie Weber, cum laude, elementary education, Chanhassen. Amy Beth Wentz, magna cum laude, German, Chatfield. Nada Marilee White, cum laude, government, Wadena. Heidi Noel Zabzalka, summa cum laude, Delta Epsilon Sigma, distinction in theology, Wyoming. Amy Marie Ziskowski, cum laude, management, Lonsdale. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science with honors. Suzanne Marie Eklund, cum laude, nursing, Morris. Stephanie Ann Kreck, cum laude, nursing, Egan. Colleen Adela Lane, magna cum laude, nursing, St. Cloud. Nancy Jean Lipinski, magna cum laude, nursing, Maple Lake. Catherine Marie Magard Morin, cum laude, nursing, Ogilvie. Dana Marie Miller, cum laude, nursing, St. Joseph. Jenny Maria Temple, cum laude, nursing, Morgan. Suzanne Gail Weinberger, magna cum laude, nursing, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Amy Beth Affett, Liberal Studies, Battle Lake. Kimberly Joy Amon, Communication, St. Cloud. Catherine Laura Allen, Physics, La Crosse, Wisconsin. Julie Ann Ammon, Dietetics, Crookston. Jolene Ann Amundson, Social Work, Rochester. Lori Marie Anderson, Natural Science, Aitken. Stacy Lynn Arndt, Psychology, Richmond. Emily Joy Bartell, Government, Burnsville. Bryn Rebecca Bate, Liberal Studies, Madison, Wisconsin. Rebecca Alice Bliley, Psychology, Yankton. Elizabeth Ann Bowles, Psychology, Klamath Falls, Oregon. Amy Nicole Bonfig, Music, Albany. Trista Marie Bazo, Chemistry, St. Joseph. Deanna Lynn Burmaster, Social Work, Plymouth. Susan Marie Burr, Liberal Studies, Plymouth. Isley Burrows, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Denise Ann Buttweiler, Management, Albany. Robin Marie Burns, Chemistry, Plymouth. Julie Ann Cade, Elementary Education, Prior Lake. Jessica Ann Campbell, Social Work, Plymouth. Vernita Carroll, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Megan Marie Cassidy, Psychology, St. Michael. Molly Kathleen Kavanaugh, Psychology, Plymouth. Michelle Elizabeth Clark, Sociology, Lakeland. Juliana Irma Clay, Management, Phoenix, Arizona. Elizabeth Ann Clydesdale, Biology, St. Paul. Carolyn Louise Crook, Government, Fort Worth, Texas. Jennifer Ann Daly, Elementary Education, Wausau, Wisconsin. Anne Marie Daniel, Management, St. Cloud. Carol Cleopatra Dean Davis, English, Nassau, Bahamas. Anne Kathleen Doherty, Psychology, Long Lake. Heather Marie Doles, Social Work, Minnetonka. Bridget Ann Doran, Liberal Studies, Coon Rapids. Bonnie K. Dressel, Biology, Waconia. Kate Michael Dugan, English, Elta, Iowa. Jerry Ruth Dunbar, Psychology, Phillips, Wisconsin. Mary Elizabeth Dunn, Psychology, Plymouth. Carrie Ebnett, Liberal Studies, Litchfield. Nancy Ann Efta, English, Greenbush. Jennifer Lee Egberg, Elementary Education, Shorewood. Brenda Ann Eichmeyer, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Lori Kathleen Ernst, Elementary Education, Faribault. Janine Lucia Ersfeld, English, Little Falls. Inga Camille Farrington, Biology, Nassau, Bahamas. Amy Marie Fiola, Management, Burnsville. Delicia Laverne Forbes, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Heather Marie Ford, Communication, St. Joseph. Rayanne Christine Ford, English, Minnetonka. Laura Jean Fries, Psychology, East Grand Forks. Michelle Don Fritz, Economics and Management, Waseca. Holly Sue Gackle, Biology, Hastings. Anna Mary Gallagher, Government, Forest Lake. Maria Kathleen Gallagher, Management, Montgomery. Tracy Lynn Gappa, Psychology and English, Madelia. Victoria Rose Garcia, Biology, Santa Rosa, New Mexico. Leslie Mary Gentz, Theology, Remsen, Iowa. Christine Arlene Gertkin, Psychology, Cold Spring. Shannon Margaret Gibson, Theater, Blaine. Lori Lynn Gladio, Elementary Education, St. Paul. Stacy Ann Gleason, Communication, Shoreview. Jennifer Ann Gehring, Distinction in Management, All College Honors, Crystal. Amy Michelle Goggin, Liberal Studies, Red Wing. Tina Marie Gondek, Management, Foley. Jennifer Goulet, Economics, Benson. Robin Colleen Grady, Government, Omaha, Nebraska. Lara Ann Grove, Liberal Studies, St. Cloud. Janine Marie Getter, Communication, Wabesso. Danielle Therese Guzzi, Liberal Studies, New Brighton. Teresa Lee Guast, Social Work, Little Falls. Stacy Louise Hookinson, Liberal Studies, Sauk Rapids. Catherine Ann Hedden, French, Brooklyn Center. Allison Marie Hamblin, Communication, Edina. Katie Maura Hardman, Government, Little Canada. Dawn Elizabeth Harrison, English, Shakopee. Rebecca Ann Harder, Math, Edina. Amy Raquel Hauserman, Theology, Hurley, New Mexico. Angela Ann Hawkins, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Teresa Lynn Heimer, Accounting, Roseville. Heather Louise Heinemeyer, Biology, Edina. Krista Lynn Heinzig, Chemistry, Des Moines, Iowa. Melissa Lynn Helgerson, History, Kensington. Cheryl Ann Henkel, Social Science, Bloomington. Leah Ann Hens, Natural Science, St. Cloud. Jennifer Mary Hinton, Elementary Education, Bloomington. Jennifer Michelle Holton, Social Work, Bloomington. Jennifer June Hornig, Communication, Bloomington. Angela Marie Hungelman, Psychology, Chanhassen. Stephanie Lynn Hilla, Psychology, St. Joseph. Heather Joy Jacobson, Social Work, Little Falls. Megan Janet Kelly, Communication, Edina. Holly Elaine King, Liberal Studies, Minneapolis. Lisa Danielle Kinney, Management, New Brighton. Jennifer Marie Chelstrom, Accounting, Aitken. Carrie Marie Kofstad, Accounting, Finland. Elizabeth Ann Kohlmeyer, Elementary Education, Minneapolis. Gina Marie Kuschel, Accounting, St. Cloud. Maria Nicole Caval, English, Wilmer. Teresa May Krebel, Elementary Education, Verndale. Catherine Marie Kreft, Elementary Education, Arlington. Molly Jean Kiebelbeck, Communication, St. Joseph. Elizabeth Ann Larson, Biology, Walker. Patricia Larson, Sociology, Bloomington. Sarah Jane Laseski, Psychology, Eden Prairie. Tori Ray Lee, Management, Antelope, Montana. Jennifer Lynn Lexon, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Stephanie Ray Ludall, Biology, Jamestown, North Dakota. Dawn Michelle Loeb, Accounting and Economics, Cloquet. Renee Jost Loger, Liberal Studies, Annandale. Charisse Williams Lunn, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Tricia Marie Like, Biology, Hutchinson. Mary Suzanne Mack, Biology, Olivia. Anicia Martinez, Individualized Major, Chicago, Illinois. Anita Maria McNamara, Social Work, Olivia. Amy Lynn McNeil, Elementary Education, Coon Rapids. Lynn Rose Adelaide Millerburn, Music, Winstead. Margaret Ann Mitch, Communication, Bloomington. Kelly Jo Molter, Management, New Ulm. Cindy Lynn Mongren, English, International Falls. Holly Susanna Morgel, Psychology, Eden Prairie. Mary Patricia Morrissey, Elementary Education, St. Cloud. Lisa Marie Moser, Elementary Education, Richmond. Catherine Mary Mulrooney, Government, Egan. Nyla Munschauer, Biology, Indianapolis, Indiana. Katie Ann Murray, Management, Chaska. Jennifer Patricia Nathy, Liberal Studies, Winstead. Melissa Ann Naring, Accounting, St. Cloud. Elizabeth Jean Nelson, Liberal Studies, Minong, Wisconsin. Shalene Mary Ruth Nelson, Psychology, Minneapolis. Jessica D. Netter, Management, Kimball. Jennifer Ann Oak, Elementary Education, La Center. Amy Jean Oman, Elementary Education, Albany. Kathleen Mary Oster, Liberal Studies, Rosemount. Sydney Belaza Outen, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Kelly Ann Owen, Social Science, Winnebago. Lisa Marie Patchen, Social Work, Eagle Bend. Melanie Ann Pauls, Music, Watkins. Alicia Lorraine Peters, Art, Sartell. Karen Marie Feilsticker, Accounting, Wabasha. Tara Ann Pluman, English and Communication, Montgomery. Nicole Marie Polipnik, Psychology, St. Joseph. Suzette Mary Posh, Social Work, Bolus. Tanya Arlene Pratt, Biology, Nassau, Bahamas. Donnell Lee Prevette, Theology and Psychology, Duluth. Vicki Carolyn Ranzinger, Psychology, Roseville. Tisha Kathleen Ann Roberts, Natural Science, Nassau, Bahamas. Yolande Henrietta Roberts Boston, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Judy Ann Robertson, Management and Psychology, Elm Grove, Wisconsin. Anne Mary Rodell, Social Work, Mandan, North Dakota. Allison Marie Ressler, Management, St. Peter. Heidi Lynn Roll, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Andrea Josephine Romagnac, Sociology, St. Paul. Grace Carlina Ryan, English, Des Moines, Iowa. Erin Ann Reichevy, Biology, St. Cloud. Lori Jean Saffert, Elementary Education, Mankato. Pamela Ann Sawyer, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Alyssa Marie Schlander, Distinction in Government, Nashwauk. Sarah Ann Schneider, Sociology, Minneapolis. Bridget Marie Schott, Elementary Education, Des Moines, Iowa. Shannon K. Schuweiler, Elementary Education, Morgan. Lynn Marion Schreiner, Social Science, Cold Spring. Rhonda Ann Schreiner, Liberal Studies, Watkins. Jennifer Jean Schultz, Philosophy, Apple Valley. Lori Lynn Schultz, English, Albany. Jennifer Jane Schutz, Communication, Adrian. Melissa May Cherry, Management, Montgomery. Cheryl Ann Sieverdeen, Social Work, St. Cloud. Dina Marie Signorelli, Biology, Duluth. Angela Suzanne Smith, English, Marie-Anne St. Croix. Cintich Colette Smith, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Tracy Joy Soderberg, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Bernadette Marie Steele, Biology, Ely. Beth Marie Steele, Sociology, Becker. Brenda Steele, Psychology, Becker. Sarah Elizabeth Stoffel, Elementary Education, Eden Prairie. Sharith Nikia Storr, Biology, Nassau, Bahamas. Sheila Ann Streit, Social Work, Avon. Robin Ann Stubblefield, Psychology, Apple Valley. Getseri Suhartono, Communication, Jakarta, Indonesia. Amy Teresa Sullivan, Psychology and French, Minneapolis. Megan Elizabeth Sullivan, Elementary Education, Chicago, Illinois. Anastasia Christine Solwold, Psychology, Shakopee. Colleen Renee Swift, English, Wadena. Stacy Marie Testo, Liberal Studies, Bloomington. Candace Ann Tellers, English, Wadena. Susan K. Temple, Dietetics, Blue Earth. Melissa Ann Thiesing, Psychology, Fort Ripley. Mary Joan Thomas, Communication, Loretto. Michelle Marie Tomshi, Liberal Studies, Albany. Christine Marie Tupi, Elementary Education, Montgomery. Tara Marie Utvik, Management, St. Paul. Nicole Elise Vaya, Elementary Education, Des Moines, Iowa. Carolyn Marie Vesser, Social Work, Little Falls. Kara Jane Vermontes, Natural Science, Chanhassen. Crystal Marie Wallen, Social Work, St. Cloud. Catherine Lynn Wanmacher, Social Work, San Antonio, Texas. Jacqueline Camille Watkins Johnson, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Angela Doreen Webb, Elementary Education and Spanish, St. Cloud. Jean Marie Weber, Accounting, Albany. Marlo Ann Weber, Chemistry, Staples. Melissa Lynn Weber, Dietetics, Cold Spring. Shannon Marie Welch, Biology, Rosso. Virginia Ann Weldy, Liberal Studies, Fairfax. Bridget Marie Westrich, English, Bertram. Jill Claire Wickenhauser, Elementary Education, Cologne. Tanya Amy Weiss, Management, Lino Lakes. Barbara Williams, Management, Nassau, Bahamas. Mavis Williamson, Elementary Education, Nassau, Bahamas. Anne Louise Whitrock, Social Work, St. Joseph. Jana Elizabeth Rolson, Natural Science, Alexandria. Carla Sue Younger, Management, Byron. Pamela Joan Zymetz, Government, Rochester. Mara Susan Zell, Distinction in Computer Science, All College Honors, Math, Computer Science, Chisago City. Suzanne Sarah Zobitz, Dietetics, Tower. Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science. Carrie Ann Austin, Nursing, Richmond. Diana Christine Bowler, Nursing, Aurora, Illinois. Lisa Lynn Benedetto, Nursing, Monticello. Beth Ellen Hegeley-Berg, Nursing, Sartell. Lynette Ann Bruner, Nursing, St. Cloud. Michelle Ann Clark, Nursing, Sauk Rapids. Rebecca D. Dauk, Nursing, Cleveland. Marcia K. Davis, Nursing, Mankato. Jean Marie Duchesne, Nursing, St. Cloud. Tracy Lee Gray, Nursing, St. Cloud. Judith Ann Geyer, Nursing, Avon. Jane Ann Hennon, Nursing, Freeport. Molly Ann Huber, Nursing, Hudson, Wisconsin. Melanie Ann Jungles, Nursing, St. Cloud. Rachel Christian Casper, Nursing, St. Cloud. Tina Marie Kirchhoff, Nursing, Morgan. Christy Ann Koval, Nursing, Browerville. Rachel Ann Lesh, Nursing, Brooklyn Park. Erin Elizabeth Lease, Nursing, West Des Moines, Iowa. Jenna Michelle Malloy, Nursing, Rochester. Angela Dorothy Masho, Nursing, St. Cloud. Marcia Ray O'Connick, Honors, Nursing, St. Cloud. Janet Mary Uphoven, Nursing, St. Joseph. Carla Ann Palanche, Nursing, Clitheroe. Laura Ann Pfluger, Nursing, Avon. Rochelle Ann Pierscala, Nursing, Avon. Catherine Marie Rodswell, Nursing, Minneapolis. Michelle Mary Schiffler, Nursing, Waite Park. Kirsten Naomi Skillings, Nursing, Waite Park. Anne Marie Stika, Nursing, New Prague. Angela May Stufflebean Myers, Nursing, Woodward, Oklahoma. Maria Beth Toma, Nursing, Shevlin. Amy Louise Tremp, Nursing, Coon Rapids. Amy Joy Welberg, Nursing, Montevideo. Jennifer Weiss Zayas, Nursing, St. Cloud. Please join me in giving our graduates a round of applause.
On behalf of the Alumni Association, I congratulate you, the graduates of the class of 1995, and I welcome you as alumni of the college. You can't even see me, can you? Podiums were not designed for short women. Garrison Keillor once described a Minnesota goodbye to house guests as interminable. He said that it begins in the kitchen, it continues to the front door, and then you walk into the driveway beside the car. This week has been like Keillor's Minnesota goodbye for you. You had the farewell mass, the senior dinner with Sister Catherine, the senior disorientation party, the Eucharist this morning, and tonight you have the last waltz. All of them our attempts to say goodbye. This is the 9th year that I have had the opportunity and the pleasure to bid the last official goodbye to a class of graduates. And I would feel like something of a fraud if I did not confess to you that what I'm going to say today I really wrote 9 years ago. That year my daughter Christine was a sophomore, and as I contemplated what I would say to the graduates, she was in my heart and in my mind. I've considered writing a new speech every year. The faculty and staff behind me wish that I would. But I haven't, and the reason is that these words are exactly what I want to say to you, just as they were what I wanted to say to her. And so today, they're for you and your family. I'd like to invite you to think back 4 years, maybe a couple of years ago if you came to us more recently, when you began your St. Ben's experience. If you were a traditional student, you left your home to come to St. Ben's. And with you came your clothes, your computer, your checkbook, your makeup, your posters, your stuffed animals, your high school yearbook, your CD player, all the pictures of family and friends, and 3 12-packs of Diet Coke. And you moved it all in. You've done it so many times since, load by load. And then you started to nest. You started to create a home for yourself. You hung up your clothes in the closet. You made up your bed with crisp new sheets. You put the new paper and the new pens in the desk drawers. You hung the posters on the wall with tacks or nails, but no tape. You were surrounding yourself with the familiar things in your life and arranging your new possessions. A statement about the journey you were about to make, the journey from dependence to autonomy. All of this was tentative at first. It was a tentative home. For others of you, the experience has been different. The women of the Bahamas just arrived this winter. It may have been your first trip to a sub-zero climate. I imagine you quickly donned those winter jackets that are passed from one group to the other and wondered if spring would ever come. So have we this year. Others of you came to campus daily from St. Cloud or Sauk Rapids, and you probably struggled at times to balance your home life with your campus life. For the 18-year-old, the first days passed with floor meetings and first classes and buying books and settling in with your roommate and meeting your brother Floor and designing the loft that you were going to ask your dad to build. And each person's journey was different. Some of you were homesick and thought that your roommate was weird and wondered why you'd ever left River Falls, Wisconsin, or Glenwood or New Ulm. Some of you rejoiced in your independence. It was about time, and you only had occasional pangs of missing the familiar. At home, your family's journeys were also different. Some keenly felt the empty nest you left behind, while others sensed that it was time for this, and they were ready to let go. Sisters and brothers had thought you'd never leave. As soon as you did, they took your furniture and some moved into your bedrooms. But now they were kind of afraid you'd never come back. As the nest became more familiar, as your life became more filled with friends and experiences, a subtle but strong shift occurred in the use of the word home. You had left home to come to St. Ben's, and then you'd leave St. Ben's and go home for the weekend. But at some point along the way, you started to leave home to come home to St. Ben's. And I can imagine that many parents today remember the pang of hearing you say for the first time as you left their house, "I'm going home." Where home was has shifted many times over the years, from Duluth to Aurora 3, from Phoenix, Arizona to Ricarda, from Nassau to the East Apartments, from Eden Prairie to a cottage in Ireland or a hotel in Greece. Or maybe just simply from your house in Waite Park to the HAB or Clemens Library. There has been a shift in the use of the word home and a shift in the place of home. And yet there's been no change at all. Chanhassen or Freeport or Mankato will always be home, just as St. Ben's now will. And now you begin another journey. Goodbye and Godspeed. And on behalf of all of us, I invite you to come home to St. Ben's, to see friends, to refresh learning, to check on whether the fish are in the fish pond yet, to renew commitment, to measure change, to seek God. Take those pathways that Liz talked about and come home whenever you can.
Let us stand for the blessing. Loving God, we thank you for the blessings you have given us and the world through these women who are graduating from the College of St. Benedict today. We are blessed particularly through their commitment to develop the gifts you have given them, and through their service to each other and people of many parts of the world community. As we thank you, we ask your blessings on these women, that they may be blessed with wonder and appreciation for what you have done in and through them during the college phase of their life journey. May they be blessed with a commitment to the values of the Benedictine tradition in which they have been immersed, and hence they have been challenged to act in ways that are creative of a culture that expresses the values of Christ. May they be blessed with courage to claim places of contemplation and times of silence, where they can sit and stare and see what is not there, and yet what is so much there. Where they can search out their own story and discover their own song, so they can reflect their wisdom to all they meet. May these women be blessed with a vision of all creation that is aligned with yours and with energy in the Spirit, especially as we anticipate the Feast of Pentecost, that they may help creation unfold into the full wonder to which you call it. May these graduates be blessed with the realization that they are loved unconditionally by you and that you are walking with them into the hopes and challenges of the future. We ask that you bless all of us with the blessings we need for our personal journey and the development of others. We ask for these blessings, grateful for this special time in which we are all brought together in the Christian community and trusting in the empowering love of Jesus Christ in the Spirit. Amen.